What's up and welcome to another video. Today I'll be discussing how to increase your strength in the gym so you can have some insane strength. Now before I even get into the video, do yourself a big favor. Go right now to your training program and remove every single exercise that's not benching, deadlifting, squatting, or barbell rows, because those other exercises are completely useless for increasing your strength. If you want some serious strength, if you really want to focus on your strength, then those are the compound movements you need to be doing. So remove all those, because those exercises are good for building muscle size, such as bicep curls, leg extensions, tricep extensions. Those are good for building muscle size, but when it comes to building strength, they're not your friend. So for this video, I'm going to break it down into three main factors that you have to focus on when it comes to increasing strength. So let's not waste any more time and let's go. So the first factor you have to focus on when it comes to increasing your strength is training in the strength zone. Now you may ask me,
what is the strength zone?
The strength zone is when you lift anywhere from 80 to 95% of your 1 rep max. So that means you're going pretty heavy and you're doing low volume. So that also means you're doing about 1 to 3 sets and only about 1 to 4 reps. That's because you're going heavy. Remember that. Another thing that you have to keep in mind when it comes to training your strength zone is that you need to take a long rest period between each set. What does that mean? That means you're taking about 3 to 6 minutes of rest between each set. The heavier you go, the longer the break. Now the mistake a lot of people make when they're training for strength is that they confuse it for hypertrophy training. Hypertrophy training is when you train for muscle size. As a matter of fact, I just made a video on that, so you guys can check that out as well. But they confuse it with hypertrophy training. The hypertrophy training is when you do anywhere from 40 to 70% of your 1 rep max, and you're doing anywhere from 8 to 20 reps. So as you guys can see, that's a lot of volume right there. And you're also doing those other exercises such as bicep curls, tricep extensions, because you're trying to build up the muscle size, not really the strength. What you really have to understand about strength is that it actually comes from your central nervous system. It's all about how efficiently you can move the weight. So we know to get stronger, you have to be lifting anywhere from 80 to 95% of your 1 rep max. But again, like I said, it's about efficiency. So what is one way you can increase your efficiency? Every single time you get into the gym, I want you guys to practice the movements of squatting, benching, deadlifting, and barbell rows. What does that look like? That doesn't mean you're going out there lifting heavy every single time you get into the gym. The key here is to go very light, about 20% of your 1 rep max. You'll do about 3 sets of 5 reps. It shouldn't take you more than 7 to 10 minutes. It's not going to take you that long whatsoever. When I was really training to increase my strength, that's what I was doing, because I was working on being able to move the loads more efficiently. So I had to practice the movement, teach my body how the movement felt. So again, for the strength zone, you're lifting some seriously heavy weights. You're not lifting any punk weights. You're really pushing yourself, but you're not doing a lot of volume. Now let's move on to the second key factor that you have to focus on, which is progressive overload. Now if you've been lifting for a while, then you know about progressive overload, and you cannot make the progress you want to see unless you have progressive overload as part of your training routine. But I'm going to make sure to define progressive overload exactly for you guys, so you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. So let's define it right here. Progressive overload is when you gradually increase the weight, frequency, or number of repetitions in your strength training routine. So I'll make it very simple for you guys. I'm going to give you guys an example. So let's say for this week, it's my first time back in the gym since my surgery, which will be factual, and this is not going to be my first time, but let's just say it's my first time back in the gym, and I'm going for 135 this week. For this week, I'm going to do 135, 3 sets, 5 reps, right? And for the following week, I'll do the same exact workout again. I'll do 135, 3 sets, 5 reps. Now for the week after that, I'm going to move up to 145, and I'll do 3 sets, 5 reps. That right there is progressive overload. Why is it progressive overload? Because I increased the weight, so that's progressive overload for you. But it doesn't just have to be about the weights, it can also be about the sets or the reps. Now I'm going to be offering you guys a free 1-month training sample for both training for size and training for strength. All you have to do is go to athletic-education.com and you'll see it over there. Now the reason why this training sample is going to be very beneficial for you is because you're gonna learn how to build your own program by seeing an example of it. Now the third key factor that you have to focus on when it comes to training for strength is compound movements. Earlier on I mentioned getting rid of bicep curls, tricep extensions, dumbbell flies, whatever it may be, and focusing on your compound movements, which are deadlift, squatting, benching, barbell rows. Now I'm going to read the exact definition of compound movements for you guys so you guys can also understand in further detail. Compound movements are exercises that work multiple muscle groups or exercises that facilitate the movement of multiple joints at the same time. When you do compound movements, you're placing a lot of emphasis on your central nervous system. And remember, like I said earlier on, it's all about efficiency, and that's where your strength really comes from. Again, when I was really training for strength, I only did about 4 to 5 exercises when I got to the gym. I would do benching, squatting, deadlifting, barbell rows, military press, kettlebell swings, farmer walks, planks, and it wouldn't take me that long at all. I would always leave the gym feeling fresh. Now that's very important. As a matter of fact, you have to make sure you're leaving the gym fresh, because if you're not, that means you're doing way too much volume, and volume is for building muscle size, not strength. Another reason why you want to leave the gym feeling fresh is because of the toll heavy lifting takes on your central nervous system. It actually takes a while for your central nervous system to recover when you do heavy lifting. So you have to make sure within the week, whenever you get in the gym, you're feeling fresh and you're ready to lift some heavy ass weights. Now that's it for this video, guys. If you learned something, if you enjoyed it, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'm going to make a further in-depth video on this topic.